You know, brother, my trumpet player, where he is? Odin Moss. Odin, where are you? He had to slip out. Odin Moss, his mother called me one day. She said, Pastor Miles, I want you to come by my house. He said, Marol, you okay? She said, I'm okay. Moss, she said, I'm okay, Miss Moss. She said, okay. So I said, okay, I'll stop by. And I stopped by. And she gave me 2 oranges. She said, I want this, I give this to you. He was my pastor. I said, thank you very much. And I leave the door. I said, you called me for 2 oranges? She said, yeah. She says, somebody gave me 20 oranges, that's my tithes. Clap. See, you only think of tithes as money. She was conscious that 2 of them were not hers. She'll never want. She'll never want anything. Her thinking is right. Do you think tithe first? Or you got to wait till you come to church to be reminded by the pastor? Everyone who has will be given more, and he who have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what he has, we take it away from him. It's so negative, isn't it? That's so depressing. He said, if you don't manage your money well, I'll take the little you get and give it to someone like Pastor Miles. He'll have abundance, and you'll even be worse off than before you get anything. Because management attracts prosperity. All right. Let me give you some things to write down. Just write this down real quick. I call this the kingdom purpose for money and resources. Number 1, resources and money is a trust. He give it to see if he can trust you. Number 2, resources and money is a gift. That means it ain't yours, it's given to you. You think you work for money. You don't work for money. Remember, you work for purpose. Money is a gift. He gave them the talent. Number 3, the quantity of resources you receive is determined by your ability. So you should never pray beyond your ability to manage. You'll never get that prayer answered. Let your ability determine the size of your prayer, which means that the more you become good at managing resources, the bigger you can request from God. That's why every session in this particular series you must come to. I laid it out because I want you to come out of the hole. And you got to learn how to budget, how to invest, how to manage. What? If you learn the skills, you start attracting more. I put it to you. Number 4, resources determine your own creativity. Now, this is very important. Demand, rather, your own creativity. This is the key here about laziness, okay? Remember this. I got to work in my hands again. This is my gift. It's my money, my talent, whatever it is, my material things. Okay. I give this to my servant, my son. I said, I'll be back in 2 years. And I want you to improve that. And I leave. Watch this. Stand here, please. Okay. That's all I said to him. Oh, that's deep. And I left. Which means I must know that he has the capability, the creativity, the dream, the skill to do what I left him to do. And I'm gone. Let me tell you something. Let me put it another way. Oh, please hear me. In the kingdom of God, poverty is a lack of creativity. God gave Adam a tree, but never gave him a table. Now God says, you want to sit down? Find a way to get a chair out of that tree. I ain't going to get it for you. God has never made a table in history. God has never made a car. And that's why Mr. Ford is a multi-billionaire and you broke. Because Mr. Ford went to the mountain and got the iron ore and made it into a car. No car came out of a mountain driving. You know, here I am. Somebody had to think. In November, a lady came to our conference. Some of you all saw her. She gave me a check for $10,000. Remember the lady? She gave me a check. She said, this is the fruit from the seed you planted, Dr. Mann. She gave me a check for $10,000. She said, I read your book on potential. That's why I take get that book on potential. She said, I read that book. She said, what was she doing? What she used to do? She's like a maid. She's the seller of the back of a car. Yeah. Sell some of the back. She said, when I read that book, say everything changed. She said, my mind changed. She said, everybody say mind. See, money is an idea. She built a business from a book and hired over 200 people and came back to the Bahamas, never knew, and gave me $10,000. Said, this is just a tide. Yeah. Your back trunk is good business, but you don't use it. The guy with the 5, he didn't tell the guy how to make it 10. The guy with the 2, the master didn't tell him how to make it 4. Which means that the 5 and the 2 guy were creative. So, laziness is defined as lack of creativity. And wickedness is defined as not using your brain. You're wicked. My mother used to say something. Boy, mothers is something else, eh? Think they say never leave you, huh? She still haunt me. My mother would say, get out of bed now. She says, if you lay there, grass will grow in your belly. Now, I used to, think that was funny. She's right. She was telling me something deep. If you don't develop, instead of becoming a garden, you'll become bush. She was telling me, control the growth of your life. Don't let things just happen in life. Get up and use your brain. Resources demand your own creativity. Notice the word own there. Own means he didn't tell him anything. He left. You need to take money and just sit down and say, okay, God, give me some revelation. Let me use the brain, the insight, the wisdom, the talent you gave me to multiply this. Do you know what we think money is for? Spending. Money is for creativity. You get $10, look at it for a while. Just look at it. This ain't $10. This is what's the first one? A trust. What else? A gift. And what is it? This determines whether I get more. I want you to use this list, okay? This list for the whole year. Thank you. Next, resources or money must work for us, not us for it. Number 6, resources or money is not for hoarding or possessing, but for investment.